How many black people need to tell you that I is the square root of -1 before you will fully soak that knowledge into your being? So, I mean, that idea was controversial in the beginning, like the square root of -1, because if you multiply two numbers together, it can be positive times positive, it can be negative times negative, it can be positive times negative. There's three options when you think about it, and positive times positive is positive. We understand that. Negative times negative is positive. Somebody came up with that. If you hold my feet to the fire, demand an answer to that. See, the negative sign, it switches the thing, right? So we got to start with the negative times positive equal negative. How can we explain that? I mean, we're all just taught that. So how do we know for sure? I feel like I'm being like a Terrence Howard here, but I'm trying to. I'm putting myself on the spot here. I wasn't planning on making this video right now. All right, but we're here. Here we are. Positive times a negative is a negative. The negative is like this virus that like. It's like a zombie thing, right? Like once it bites this thing, the other thing is a zombie. Except the difference is that when a zombie bites another zombie, it becomes a normal person again. So if you got the negative, it makes sense to me. You just gotta. There's an easier way to think about all this stuff, okay? And it's that. Just allow there to be negative area. I think that's the problem. I think that everyone decided area is always positive. That's where we went wrong. And that happened probably historically. I mean, because they came up with the rules about positive times negative is negative, negative times negative is positive. So it was like, yeah, why not have negative area? Negative times positive is a negative. So, boom, negative area. What's the problem? Why is it? There's no problem with that. Okay. Yeah, but a square was always thought to be positive because based on those rules, any number times itself would then be positive. And from there, I guess, you decide there's only positive area. But not everything's a square. It's weird, okay? Because you could break everything down into squares, right? So anyway, so we get this idea, area has to be positive from somewhere. And people keep saying it. There's a big problem in the world. People say things, and it just spreads like a meme. And sometimes that thing is wrong. This is like the #1 problem in the world in history, right? Think about it. Think about it. Anyway, there's a lot of examples of that. For a long time, people would say, well, the math world didn't have that much interest in going beyond 3 dimensions. Stupid. Really stupid. So stupid. I could talk about that for like 8 days. I'd have to sleep in between, but so I don't know if I should talk about it. But there's this guy. Oh, I have it right here. Wait, I got it right here. One of his books. This is not his book, but his name is here. Coxeter. He's a OG. I think he's still alive. Anyway, this guy, when he was a kid, he's like, I want to think about the 4th dimension. And he would just do that all day. He'd like sit there, I don't know, with his pen or paper or whatever. Like, I'm at the 4th dimension, hell yeah. this is crazy. And to the point where adults came and like, Jimmy, what's his name again? James Coxeter. Jimmy, stop thinking about the fourth dimension. You got to study this other thing. And, you know, that happened. You can imagine what that's like. But then he's like, okay, I'm going to do all this crap that you're making me do, but I'm going back and I'm going nuts on the fourth dimension. And that's what he did. Not only fourth dimension, but you can, I didn't know I was going to talk about this today. You can use logic. See, like, once you can go from one step, sometimes it's that first step. You got to master that, and then that allows you to make lots of steps. So if you want to think about fourth dimension, well, first of all, really study like going from first dimension to second dimension to third dimension, because you get a good handle on those. Like, really master the bananas out of those, and then try. Okay, boop. And that works. That's a thing. It really, you know. Okay. So what was I talking about? Not trees are hard to eat. That was the last video. Yes. Negative area. So people go around and they say things. So the math people were not studying the fourth dimension. And it turns out it's important. Because, you know, space, time. We actually live in four dimensions, people. I keep trying to tell everyone. And we do. And so anyway, people were saying, almost like a religion, like, there's only 3 dimensions, dude, and we're not going to study more than that. And this was holding things back. So it's like that, you know? It's like that. So you have some moron teacher or somebody with authority somewhere saying, there's no more than 3 dimensions. Why would you waste... Oh my god, the camera died. Wait, come back. Why would you waste time studying that? So, don't listen to those people, man. Anyway, what was I talking about? Negative area. I think people just said like a mantra, like, there's only positive area. You know, only positive area exists. Well, like, if you have like a circle, okay? Never mind. I'm not gonna get into that stuff. That's crazy. No, but whatever. If you allow negative area, I think it's okay. So we gotta accept it, guys. It's here to stay, guys and girls, and whatever you are. Adios, peace. Whoa, we're not going down that road. Bye.